What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Dragonflight Prepatch gold farming video. So today I'll be showing you one of the gold farms that I'm personally doing right now to prepare myself for Dragonflight. And the reason why we're doing this one right now is there's actually several reasons that I'll be covering through this video, but it's a very simple gold farm that all of you can do. I know quite a few of my followers have been going from Classic WoW to back to retail, which is what I've done myself, and I think based on that it's good to know which gold farms you can do right now that are actually profitable to do and lucrative to do, and the ones that you should prioritize to do right now before Dragonflight comes out. So in the next couple of days I'll be going through some gold farms that I'm personally doing, just to give you an idea of what to farm for, and we'll also be talking about some investments and what to do before Dragonflight comes out. Now obviously you can level up characters and prepare that way, but I do think it's good to stock up on some items that you can sell throughout the expansion as well. So let's talk about farm number 1. So this farm right here takes place in Drustwar. I'll be showing you the location in just a bit, but I also want to go through how to farm here, what we're doing, and the different types of farms you can do here. So basically you can see right now we're farming in a group. You can also see we're 5 people, we're 3 druids, 1 monk and a paladin. In a perfect world you would probably want to be 5 druids in a 5-man group, but being 4 druids and a monk also works because of the monk statue. But at this location, personally I think 5 druids would be the best setup, because you want to be in a 5-man group. You could possibly be in a 4-man group as well, but it is a little bit more difficult because you have to cover 2 different locations. So one of the locations that we're covering right now, which is very easy to cover actually, is upstairs, like upside of the cave. You also have a cave that I'll be going into and entering as well when looting, and downstairs in the cave you have to have, like, if you have 2x4, you have to have at least 1 person from both groups down there as well, tagging all of the mobs. So personally I think for this farm, most people will choose to go for a 5-man group, because right now the mobs are level 50, so killing them goes very fast. Being in a 2x4 farm group, you might not even have the time to tag all of them before they die, so 5-man group seems optimal here. 2x4 still also works. So what are we farming for? Well, this is a big ticket farm. We're basically farming for like a big item, so let me show you what the item looks like. This is the main item you're looking for. Look at the value of this one, boys. The Undermine Journal, chewed on reins of the Terrified Pack Mule. This one, you can use this value, but take it with a pinch of salt. So on the Undermine Journal is listed at 1.7 million gold, basically just above 1.7 million gold, but I do think on most servers out there it's going to sell for between 600k and 1 million. I know that if you're playing on a server like Argent Dawn it's about 350, so it's definitely very server specific, because even though we have a region-wide auction house now, mounts and BOEs are not counted in the region-wide auction house. It is only like stackable items, so potions, materials, anything you can stack. So these mounts, they are still very server dependent. So on a server like Argent Dawn they're going to be 350k, on a server like Frostmane they are 1 million, and on my server Terracar they're also 1 million, and apparently on some servers they're up to 1.7 million as well. But I think the average price is going to be, and well, it says right here, the EU mean price is 1 million and the EU median price is 804k, and that is based on the EU quantity of 270 mounts currently on the auction house. So you can say it's 800k mount, right? And while we're farming here, we farmed here for 1.5 hours. 2 people in the group got the mount, and we also got a bunch of other epics that we'll take a look at. So for example, you have this epic right here that's also dropping from this location. This one is selling for between 44 and 63,000. Once again, very server dependent. This one is used for transmog. It has a very unique appearance and it rotates, so it's selling for transmog purposes. So if you get this one, it's going to give you some extra chunk, but it's not going to be like 800k like the mount, and it's going to take you some time to sell, but it will get you some extra value from the farm itself. So while you're hunting for the big ticket item, which is the mount, you're getting some BOEs as well. Okay, so at this location you've seen how you were pulling right now, how it's being done, and now I think it's time to show you where it is as well. Okay, so the location for the farm is right here in Drustvar, which is the BFA expansion for those of you who didn't play BFA, but it's in Drustvar right here. So just go to Borealis, fly all the way west and go to Drustvar, and it's at this exact location, so Barrow Knoll Cemetery. And over here you have tons of mobs around the place, and you have the cave as well. You definitely do want to be in a group for the farm. You don't want to do this solo, even though technically you can, but there's literally no downsides in being in a group. So if you want to make a group for this, literally go to pre-made groups, go to custom, start a group, and just call it Drustvar or Mule Farm. Mule Farm also works, right? So Mule Farm, here we go. So if we go to group right now, we can see if you can find one. All the way down here you have, for example, Dune Scavenger Farm as well. That is another one that is definitely worth doing. Personally, I have about 20 different Dune Scavengers in my guild bank, so I'm not doing that one. But here we go, Drustvar Mule Farm, for example. So if you want to farm this one, definitely do it in a group. The location is right here. If there's no groups available, just fly here yourself and make one. You can farm it with the war mode off, war mode on, doesn't really matter too much. And it's a super simple farm. All you do is just run around, use Starfire, Moonfire, whatever really. And it's also worth noting that personally I did get an epic as well while farming here for 1.5 hours. It is only listed for 54k on my server, but then again, it has a region market value of 15k, so it's being 54 on my server. It's definitely a good price, and it gives me something back while I'm farming for the mount. And unfortunately, this time I did not get the mount, but that being said, it's an 800k mount, so definitely do not expect to go here and get the mount within your first hour. You have to farm for, I think it's like average of 10 hours maybe to get the mount, but that's really RNG. Like some people can go here, farm for 1 hour and get 2 mounts. In that case, it's very important for you to send the mount away. If you have the Bruto mount, you can actually put it on the auction house. If not, you can go to your toy box right here and you can use the KT Stamp Whistle toy and send the pet away as soon as possible. Don't know why it didn't show Stamp Whistle. You should be able to send you should be able to send it away as well. So this is the toy that I was talking about, KT Stamp Whistle. This one will allow you to mail stuff away for 10 minutes, so if you do get the mount, send it away as soon as possible. It is unique, so if you have it once, you can't loot the next one, so send it away as soon as possible. That being said though, it's a very simple farm that you can do. You also get tons of greens. You can see the greens as well, they have a auction house value, so some of them are listed for 700 gold, but they have a 0.02 sell rate. So whenever I'm posting transmogs myself, 0.02 sell rate, I think that is very low, and 700 gold is also a very low price, but you can definitely comb through these greens and find some of them that are actually worth posting on the auction house. But personally, I just vendor all of them, but some of them you might want to post on the auction house, especially if you're brand new to retail and you want to get some starter gold. So yeah, with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found the video helpful. If you didn't know about the farm before, well, now you know. It's definitely an old farm, but it has been resurfacing with the pre-patch, and I do think the BFA content might be scaling up to level 60 as well on November 15th, or when Dragonflight comes out, so you might want to look to take advantage of this as soon as possible, while it is pretty simple and easy to do. And also, if you want to make a lot of gold in Dragonflight, which comes out in 2.5 weeks, then definitely consider checking out my Dragonflight gold guide to the link down below. This is a gold guide I've made myself from scratch. It's 155 pages long so far, and every time I update the guide, you will get those updates for free. Plus we have an exclusive Discord server for that gold guide as well. So far on the Dragonflight Beta, we have found over 40 different Dragonflight gold farms, some of which you definitely do want to know about when the expansion comes out. So to make as much gold as possible in Dragonflight, check out the gold guide through the link down below. That is pretty much it for today though. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe for more retail gold farming content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace.